But at this point, I think one will have to sort of tame the doomsday scenario painting
All right.
and just go with the flow of things as the story emerges further.
We'll tame that doomsday narrative. Let's talk about the Microsoft statement as well, Karthik, that you pointed about. 365 Microsoft 365 suite applications are currently in a degraded state, is what that statement reads. Mr. Shrijan Pal Singh, could you help the viewers understand what this degraded state essentially means?
So essentially, there are certain services on 365 platforms which are still available. Remember the safe modes which we used to have on Windows, where certain things used to work, but it was not a comprehensive system or in operation. So degraded means that certain features which will be available, things which need cloud support, things which may need, going into the server of Microsoft and getting, access to certain tools or certain data, that may not be functional. But perhaps the offline version, whatever is confined to your computer, that is still operational. So that is like a scaled-down version, which means things like OneDrive, where you can access things remotely from your OneDrive server. That may not be functional yet. So that's the story on the degraded version of it. What is important is what happens to the data. There's a huge amount of data which is at stake now. And I think one of the critical questions to answer in the next hour would be to what happens to the data. It's not.
Well, we lost that connection with Shrijan Pal Singh. We're going to quickly try and patch him back. Karthik Malhotra, my colleague, continues to be with us from the newsroom. Karthik, people have taken to social media. It seems like the entire world is also reveling in this IT outage. Only memes that I can see that are doing the rounds on X. Of course, a group of friends hugging and saying everybody's thanking that one IT employee at Microsoft who caused this outage.
No, you're right. And I think some of the memes that I've seen in the story also, Kabir, point to the fact that, hey, Microsoft has brought the weekend in earlier, and many users actually, pressing Microsoft to not be in a hurried state of investigations on this one and let it breathe, because MS Teams is out. So, at a time like this, when a large chunk of workers across the world still continue to work either from home or in a hybrid situation. Not people like you and me, Kabir, we continue to be in office every day, but for all those who continue to work from home or in an IT environment, MS Teams is obviously a very central part of their daily lives, and when it comes to their meetings and their work schedules, a lot of emails synchronized to MS Teams is the is what keeps them going in their day-to-day work life. So a lot of users are actually thanking Microsoft and saying, hey, thank you, you brought in the best Friday gift for us, and moreover, just take your investigation slow. But all that in a lighter vein, Kabir, I think the broader question of this crowd strike which you raised earlier, I'm reading the Microsoft statement right now, and apparently, the attribution to this outage is the awareness at CrowdStrike, which is a US-based security update platform, as I'm reading right now. And CrowdStrike is aware of this update and what it has caused. But at the same time, there are conflicting reports coming from other experts from the world, including those in Australia, the cybersecurity experts in Australia, and the likes of which we have just spoken to, Amit Dubey, for example, suggesting that perhaps if it were just an update issue, if it were just a plugin or a patch gone wrong, then then the ramifications would not have been this wide, and perhaps Microsoft would not have taken a global sort of universal sort of update in one go and could have done these patches geographically. So the fact that similar operations across the world are impacted right now. Is it a glitch? Well, if it is a glitch, then obviously it's a very large glitch, and even that raises questions on the ability of Microsoft and the partners it works with, including CrowdStrike, to be able to anticipate an outage of this kind, because at the end of the day, these are essential services we are talking about, and flights also, Kabir, at some point one may think that, oh, it's okay, your flight will get delayed by an hour, 2 hours, but the amount of management that it will take to manage crowds, to manage queues at airports, to and people traveling for real critical work or health related assignments. Flights disruption is a problem. Disruption of 911 is a big problem in the US. And you know, even Indian companies getting impacted, global government portals getting impacted. You know, all this is something which will have to get resolved really quickly, whether it is a patch update issue, whether it is a cyber security issue, whatever it is. I think some very clear message has to come out from Microsoft at this point, that what is it exactly which has caused this outage? Why was Microsoft not prepared to handle, you know, or did not have enough backups and redundancies in play to ensure that a problem like this would not arise? And these are questions which at this stage, Kabir, are still unanswered.